feels like, I feel calm. I always feel pretty calm going into my fights and never really get like nervous, or I'm not up at night thinking about bad shit like most people. I feel more calm going into this fight than I ever have. I fought on the couple Connor cards or one or whatever. Those ones felt, this feels like a big fight, but every time I fight, I feel like I'm the main event. So they all feel pretty similar.
I know eventually you will be the main event of a pay-per-view, but for now, this kind of slide of kicking it off, getting things, setting the tone, is that like the perfect spot for you?
Yeah, that's where I prefer to be. 7 p.m. I know what time I'm fighting. I get about an hour of media after, so I get to go watch the the last couple fights. So it's actually really nice. I like it. I'd rather either be opening up the main card or the main event. So I don't see any other position to be in.
That calmness that you feel ahead of this one, do you know what to attribute that to?
Just I'm confident. I'm prepared. I had a great camp. That last camp, I went into that fight with like hurt ribs, and I was like, well, hopefully he doesn't grab me. That's literally like last 3 weeks, I wasn't letting anybody grab me. So going into this fight, I feel very healthy, and I think that's probably plays a little bit into that.
A lot of people are looking at this as kind of a milestone, this test, right? The first top 10 opponent for you. Are you looking at this as a milestone in your career or a chance to prove anything?
Yeah, beating Pedro will be a big deal. I think he's only lost to former world champions, but not just beating Pedro, but finishing Pedro would be a massive deal. He's like I said, he's fought and lost to only former world champions. With that being said, I do believe I will be his toughest fight, and I think he's my toughest fight as well.
Last thing for me, a big win here. You've been patient up to this point, like not rushing things, right? But as you said, big deal over a top guy. Do you start to accelerate the run and look to the top of the division, or do you still kind of take the patient approach to moving up?
Yeah, we'll have to see how this fight goes, and maybe I'll spit out a name after Joe Rogan standing next to me, call someone out. I'm a couple fights away from a title fight, especially if I can get the finishes that I've been doing. That people want to see that. People want to see me be champion. So I just got to go out there and perform, do what I know I'm capable of doing. That's putting Pedro's lights out.
Sean, over here to your right. You keep saying how important it would be to finish this fight. Do you actually see a route and how you're going to do that? Or is it just, I think my ability is so good that I'll end up finishing him however I want?
Yeah, anybody my weight class, I could see me standing across from them and knocking them out. I've done it over and over and over again. It's hard not to envision that. Everyone I fight, I knock out. So it's kind of, that's just how I see this fight going. That's how I see any fight I'm ever going to be in going. It's just me putting my hands on their chin enough times, and they'll fall.
I feel like you're one of the latest guys in this phenomenon where you overcome an obstacle fans are putting in front of you, and then they take the obstacle away. They say, well, actually, he was old on the decline. Are you expecting that after you win this one?
I could submit Habib, and people would be like, yeah, but something. They'd say something. So I have paid no attention to what the negative fans say. It doesn't matter to me. Yes, I'll go out there and finish Pedro, and yes, it'll be like, yeah, but. So it doesn't matter.
Are you wearing 2 watches?
Yes.
What time is it?
Neither of them are right.
Hey, Sean, over here, right in the middle. Munhoz has never been knocked out. Would that add a bit more, just going out there and being the first guy to do that in the UFC? Yeah,
that would be huge. I think it would. I think a win over him will be huge, but a finish over Pedro would be massive. And I'm all about the massive. I'm trying to, go above and beyond and perform for the people, and people want to see people's lights get put out. Winning a decision, I would not be upset against Pedro because it's very, very tough. But I definitely want to put his lights out.
And if you do end up knocking him out or finishing him, where does a win put you in the division? Because, again, Pedro's never been knocked out. That's got to count for something.
There's a little Russian dude running around saying no one wants to fight him. That's an option. Fabrant might be an option. He got beat up a couple times, so it might not be. The division's crazy right now. A lot of guys are already booked, so we'll just have to see how the fights play out here in the next couple months.